What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mold Man episode. Today I'm doing something special, something cool that I think is cool. This is stuff that I'm interested in. It's gonna be a pretty quick video, but just a little like informational catch and cook. Catch, clean, and cook, actually. As you read in the title, I went cactus hunting earlier today. I was by myself and the camera overheated. It was sitting in my truck and it would not record. And I went and got a bunch of prickly pears. So these are a thing we have in Texas. It's a little red fruit that grows on cactus, and I'm gonna make some jelly out of these guys. I made some blackberry jam a few weeks ago and it was amazing, so I thought it'd be cool to show you guys how to do it with prickly pears from a cactus. So first step is to pick them. I wore a pair of gloves to do it. These have spines all in them now. Second thing is to burn off the little points off them. So all we're gonna do, I'm gonna hold them with tongs and we're gonna burn the little thorns off of them if the wind cooperates. So I'm just gonna grab them, and you can see all the little thorns turn bright red. So I'm trying to keep this guy out of the wind, but if you end up doing this in person, you'll be able to tell when the thorns are burned off and when they're still there. It doesn't take much to burn these little guys off. You just want to make sure you try to get as many as you can. We're going to strain these out later in the process to get any thorns that may have been left over. But you want to make sure you try to do this as good as possible, and it will just kind of save you in the long run. Save the old throat, if you know what I mean. You don't want no thorns going down your throat. Kind of roll it around, get the extra, whatever the tongs are covering, you want to make sure you get those. So this is going to take me a while, because I got about a little more than a quarter of a 5-gallon bucket full of these guys. So I got pretty much every red prickly pear I could find today. There's still a bunch of green ones, so I'm definitely gonna be doing this more this year when all the other ones get ripe. So I'm gonna finish these up, and then I'll catch you guys in the kitchen, and we will make some jam. Got them all done. Got a bowl full of prickly pears. Now we're gonna take them inside and I'll show you the next step. All right guys, so there is quite a few processes, or quite a few steps in the process of making jelly. We got our jars over here, got the lids, got a little pot of water going on low. We're gonna put the lids in there to sterilize them. So I think I got 7 jars. I don't know how many it's gonna take, but I'm gonna put that on low, and then we got our big pot for the prickly pears, and we're gonna put the jars in the oven at 250 until everything is done and ready to jar, and that sterilizes the jar. It's just another way of doing it other than boiling them. I think that way is just difficult. So I've had these prickly pears rinsing off. You can already see that the water, just from me rinsing them off, is like halfway purple. So now what I'm gonna do is come over here, and what you wanna do is take your prickly pears and cut off both ends, and that is it. So this one is not quite all the way right, but we're gonna try it anyway. I hope all of them aren't like this, because we might end up with sour jelly. That's what it's supposed to look like. A dark, like beet red in the middle. But a lot of these were pretty green, so we'll see how it turns out. So our prickly pears. There's still a couple little thorns here and there, but we're gonna get all those out. So I'm gonna dump these in our big pot, whole. You don't have to dice them up. A lot of people do, but you don't have to do that. And then I'm going to put just enough water to where they're just they're still sitting out of the water a little bit. And that'll give us the most amount of juice out of them to mix with the water. So I'm gonna put this on the pot. You can see they're just barely sticking out of the water. I'm gonna put this on stovetop, and we're gonna put it on high for about 20 minutes. Let those cook down, and they'll basically turn kind of transparent. All the juice will be sucked out of them. The water will turn like a purplish red, which these are not all super beet red, so I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but do that process. We got the jars in the oven set at 250, and those will stay in there until we get ready to do this. The other ingredients you're gonna need is a lot of sugar, which I have to go get out of the pantry. And then you're gonna want some jell or some pectin. You can get this stuff at Walmart. I think this came in like a 4-pack. And then some lemon juice. If I had real lemons, I'd use real lemons, but all I have is this. So we're gonna use lemon juice, jell, or pectin, and sugar. Guys, so it has been boiled down for about 30 minutes. You can see how they turn kind of grayish, pinkish, and the water actually turned out very well. So now I'm gonna run it into a strainer. We're gonna do this 3 different times, and I'm gonna run it through a towel at the end, just to be sure that there's no little spikes in there and no seeds. These actually have pretty big seeds, so these I'm gonna throw out. And they will grow in your yard, so put them in the trash or somewhere where you don't care if cactus grows. All right, so you see those seeds in there. I'm gonna wash this out. All right, we got a clean pot, and strain that. Now we're gonna do this. Get those seeds out of there. We're gonna do this again. So this time, you can use cheesecloth or an old pillowcase or anything. This is just an old wash rag, and it's pretty thin. So I'm gonna put this in the strainer, and we're gonna do this twice. So this will be the second time, and then the last time will be the third and final time. And this will just make sure that we get any loose little thorns or anything like that out of there. Do that. We'll go back through it one more time. Now we got our juice. I'm gonna measure this out. Perfect. Just like that. Super clean, super clean. Now we are going to we're gonna measure this out, and for every cup of juice that we have, we're gonna do 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So let's try to pour this in here without spilling it and see how many cups we ended up with. All right, so that's exactly 4 cups. So I'm gonna put this to the side and see if I can make some kind of little drink for later. So that's probably almost another cup, but 4 cups is plenty. So now I'm gonna get the sugar ready in another measuring jar, and I'll show you what to do after that. Alrighty, so I got the sugar measured out, and the lemon juice, I forgot to tell you. So you do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for every cup of prickly juice that you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. We'll start this, get it going hot again. We're gonna add the sugar, and and the lemon juice, mix it around, and then we'll add 1 packet of pectin. Throw that sugar in there, throw the lemon juice in there. We're gonna let all that dissolve down, and then we'll add our pectin in. Alright, so we're adding the jell, pectin, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to mix all this up. And you really should not do it like I just did it, because it's hard to get that jell to break apart. It kind of gums up like flour does when you're mixing it, making gravy or something. You really want to like dust it in there. There we go, got a little whisk. Try to break up that jell, and I'm gonna bring this back up to a boil, and then we will start to jar them. All right, guys, just came up with the best new recipe ever. I took what we had left of that juice, put 2 tablespoons of sugar, and put probably 1/4 cup of this Santa Cruz. It's just like citrus limeade. This is like the best summertime drink ever, and prickly pears are so healthy for you. Add a little something to that on the beach. Trust me. All right, guys, I just want to show you. I put a little bit on a plate, and you can see it has the jelly consistency. So I'm gonna take these jars out without dropping them. Hopefully. All right, we got hot jars. Whew. It's hard to grab them. And you want to fill these relatively quick. So other than sterilizing them, it helps the jars from not shattering basically whenever you fill them up, because the really hot going in a cold jar will just shatter it basically. Now there is a correct funnel to buy for this. Hopefully it doesn't melt on the jars, but that's all I have. So I'm gonna try to do this. Maybe hard for y'all to see. Right there. And then once you get that, oh, I definitely split some. All right, so I'm gonna get these filled as quick as possible, and then we're gonna wanna put our lids right on so they can seal. We're gonna flip them upside down. In about 10-15 minutes, you'll hear them start popping. Got mullet in my mouth. Oh. All right, I'm gonna put, it's gonna be hard to get this out, but there's a little bit left. I'm gonna put this straight in the fridge. We're not gonna seal it up or anything, but I don't wanna waste any of it. You go through all the effort to make it, might as well make it worth it. All right, so now I'm gonna take paper towels. I have my lids over here, just warming up. You wanna dab those off. And put those on. Try not to burn yourself. Hey, like that. Now we're gonna tighten them down with the lids and flip them upside down, and that will start the process of sealing them. All right, guys, so Angel told me, because she can only follow a recipe, she's glad she married somebody that can halfway cook. So I'm going to leave this recipe in the comments if y'all have any questions about it. It will be down in the comments below, or in the description, not the comments. So now you're gonna just take your lids and we're gonna suck them down pretty tight. That's not the correct lid. Oh yeah, it is. Come on. Alright, then you just want to grab it with a rag so you don't burn yourself, and give it a good twist. Flip her upside down. Ooh, that's hot. Be careful. We're gonna flip them upside down for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna flip them back up, right side up, and then they should start popping. So basically this just heats and seals the lid, and then when we flip them, it'll compress down and pop. So that is how you make prickly pear cactus jelly. I'm gonna let this guy sit overnight. I'll see you guys in the morning for breakfast. We'll make some kind of dish with this jelly, and it's gonna be amazing. If it's as good as that drink right there, I promise you it'll be good. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning everybody. It is pretty early. So we are eating breakfast. Got a bagel going in. Gonna toast up this bagel, and we're gonna do a little cream cheese and try out the new jelly. It actually turned out great. The consistency of it, all those jars are all of them popped. Gonna start the morning off with a little Black Rifle coffee espresso. This is my favorite thing in the morning, every morning. All right, so I'm gonna do a little taste test before we put it on. I'm gonna do like cream cheese and jelly, but that is like straight pink. So I'm just gonna do a little taste test. That is so good. I can't remember what that reminds me of really. There's something that I've eaten or eat that really reminds me of that. So I'm just gonna put a little cream cheese on here. All right, we got the cream cheese on there. I'll meant to use the clean knife. Put some of this. That's like the perfect consistency for jelly. And that is it. We have our prickly pear breakfast. Let's see what she tastes like. That is super good. Give it a 9.4 for jelly. I could eat that every morning. Alright guys, so before I forget, like I did in the last video, and I apologize for this, I'm doing the giveaway for the duck call. We put all the comments in a random number generator, so the number of comments, and then it generated a random number, and that number was Jason Houston. Looks like you're out of Georgia, wide receiver at Stanford. So congrats, man. We'll get that sent over to you. I will shoot you a DM, and we'll get that duck call sent over to you. Hope you get good use out of it. Thank you for everybody who went and followed 0 calls and commented on that picture. Y'all leave in the comments if y'all want to do more stuff like that. We can definitely do it. But that is going to wrap this video up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Just a little short educational type video for Tuesday. So stay tuned for Thursday. The next video will be coming out. Hopefully we'll do some hunting or fishing. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and remember, eat good.